Make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon. Hello, and welcome to Let's Sip and Talk with Freema. I look a little crooked, y'all, don't I? But oh well. Anywho, I hope everybody had a great day. It was inauguration day. I don't know how everybody felt about that, but I hope everybody felt the way they should have felt or felt the way they wanted to feel. Of course, you're going to feel the way you want to feel. But anywho, today we have on a guest that we'll be speaking with, learning about, and y'all know I'm very impromptu. I like to learn with you guys, so it'll be more natural. I just love what I do, and I like it to be flowy. I don't like anything to be rehearsed, scripted or anything of that sort. And that's what differentiates me from a lot of people, is because we do it live. There's no rehearsing, there's no editing or anything of that sort. But if you don't mind seeing edits, make sure you guys subscribe to the YouTube channel to see the behind the scenes of Miss Let's Sip and Talk. And of course, friends are on there as well. But without further ado, let's see who we have on the show today. Hello, hello, hello. How are you?
Hello. How you doing? How you doing?
I am fine. Thank you so much for joining us today, telling us your story, giving us some motivation, and, just giving inspiration in any way you feel that you can do. So, first of all, tell us your name and tell us a little about yourself.
My name is Hakk. I'm from Elizabeth, New Jersey. I'm 26.
Okay.
I graduated from Galway High School in 2012. I played basketball, football, so many different accolades, awards. After that, I pursued my career to do a year in Wesley College in Dover, Delaware, and I was majoring in sports management.
Okay.
From there, I was in the process of supposed to transfer, and just took too much time off. You know what I'm saying? And,
right.
Because it was somewhere where I didn't want to be, and it was a little overwhelming. First college experience, and you go from you being able to play and getting that opportunity to where as though you have to crawl before you walk, but if you see yourself, you know what your capabilities are of doing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's only but so much you could deal with. It's a process though. You go there, it's upperclassmen over you. I don't want nothing handed to me in life. You know what I'm saying? Anything that I want to be able to get it. I don't want to be able to, he got this because he's good, or he got this because he's him. Nah, anything that I want, anything that I get, anything I ever had, I've earned, and I have to work for that. And I'm cool with that. I don't expect anything to be handed to me because of who I am, who I know, whose son I am, or anything of that nature. You know what I'm saying? Because I have to write my own book.
Absolutely, 100%.
I can have those people in there, but I want to be able to tell my own story. I don't want to live my life off of the impact of somebody else. Not saying that they can't impact me. They impact me in a way to where as though I want to be better than them. And that's what I try to express to people, young, people older. It's never about how you start, it's about how you finish. So even though I didn't continue out to pursue that college career, just the experience itself has helped me to see things differently,
Right.
And as time go on, you get older, and you might lose love for it, but the experience that I got in that span of time when I was doing it and when I was there, it's a gift that I can share with people to let them know what to expect. You know, like it's like going into that, you're blindfolded because you hear what they expect, but you got to actually be there to see.
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
you get there, it's parties going on, it's this, it's that, it's sports, it's the work. So it's like it could get very overwhelming. You're not home. I'm staying on campus, so I'm far away. It's just a lot of things that you're not used to that you have to
Right.
adjust to. And in the mental state, you have to mentally be ready. Now, going into that situation, like I was ranked one of the top 100 players, all county, all state, like
Oh wow.
basketball. I played 3 years. Well, I played basketball, football all my life, but high school I started varsity since a freshman. In 3 years, I was able to accomplish a goal with scoring over 1,000 points.
I think we lost you. I can't hear you. Okay, I don't know what happened. I think we're having a bad connection. Sound like you're back, but I
Okay.
can't see you now.
Uh,
Okay, he's going to come back on. I like where this was going only because you know how some parents feel, some people feel like, you're going to college, you have to go to college, you're going to get an education, this and that. I understand, oh, there you go. I was about to go into a
okay.
whole spiel just now.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. But like I was saying, I was top player, so in 3 years I was able to score over 1,000 points
Wow.
in my career in only 3 years. So I had a lot of success there. And Rawway, it's a small school, so it really like when you going into recruiting and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
we have coaches, we have people coming, but it's like so small that the big schools is like actually in eyes view and in the view of what they're looking at. So it's like the small schools, you really have to do what you have to do to get
Right. You have to
recognition. And
put yourself
and
out
one
there.
thing that I always understood and I always learned about it, no matter where you at, somebody's always watching. So even if like I had football, I had top schools, Rutgers, Pittsburgh, like, and it came to a point where it was though when it was time for me to get ready to make a decision, I knew off rip I wanted to go to college. I
Okay.
wanted to experience that. Like that was not a doubt in my mind. It got to a point where it was getting frustrating because I had these coaches coming up there, and it's like I have hopes now. So I'm like I'm beyond excited. I'm beyond like
Right.
I'm like I'm anxious because now I'm at the point where now that next level that I want to get to, now I'm about to reach that level, and then come after that, I want to continue to level up. So,
Right.
uh, be reaching out to one of my football coaches, and on his part, it wasn't done in the full effect as it should. Like you're a coach, so you supposed to be putting me in the right position. My job is to go out there, do what I got to do in school,
Right.
play, perform the way I need to perform, and your job is to introduce me. Okay, this is who this guy is. This is what you're looking for him. This is what he does. This is this, and it just wasn't that. So I filled out a lot of applications to the
Mm-hmm.
schools, and come the end of the year, it's getting close to the time where I'm about to graduate, and I haven't even heard back from these schools. But these
Oh
schools, I
wow.
had schools coming to see me every day, like
And
calling
you
me
didn't
out of
hear from
class.
nobody?
I didn't hear from nobody. So one day I'm just sitting home and I took it upon myself, and I even went to school some days, and I go to the bathroom and call these schools. Hey, how you doing? Such and such. I did an application. I wanted to come down. I was trying to come on a visit to see the campus, and every response I got from every individual coaches was, oh, we didn't know what you were doing. We felt that you were, you weren't interested, and like we never received your tapes. We never received the information
Wow.
that we needed. Now the only person who had access to this information at this time is my coach.
Right.
But he didn't. And when I go to him, like, yo, they didn't get back to you. Oh no, they didn't say anything. So now it gets to where it's almost June. Well, it's May. I'm graduating in June, so I'm a month away from graduating, and I got all this ability, and I don't even know where I want to be. So
Wow.
it's a school I reached out to. I reached out to Wesley in Dover, Delaware. I went down there on a visit. They called me back down on the camp. That's where I ended up at. The thing with that, it's not somewhere where I wanted to be, where I was
Right.
comfortable. But it's like I had to make it work. I had to just do it. I felt as though I owed myself that. I wanted to make my mother happy. But one thing I want to say is your mental got to be there. Physically, I had every physical attribute to be there, like the work ethic, the motivation, determination. I had all that, the discipline,
Right.
but mentally, my head wasn't there because I'm still starstruck on the fact that it's just like I had to just pick. It's like you don't get a chance to really actually enjoy it. It's like it's a speedy process. Oh, I'm here, I'm here. Now I just gotta do it. And it just like it was overwhelming. It was very overwhelming,
Yeah.
frustrating. It started to mentally I wasn't there from the beginning because that's not somewhere where I wanted to be. But it's like I just had to accept it. But it started to take me off a track to where as though I'm not even really focused now. And
Mm.
now it's to the point where I feel as though not only am I wasting my time, but I'm wasting my family time now.
Oh.
Because, and this it's hard as hard as it was, that's just the reality of it. And,
Right.
sometimes
Right.
you just gotta be real with yourself. Like I know mentally I wasn't there. Because if that's somewhere where I wanted to be, I would have did everything. Now what I say now, looking back on it,
Mm-hmm.
walking into a situation like that, I know everything that you need to do inside out. You got to really block everything out. You got to make the best out of what you have. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
I can sit here and say, "Oh, I wasn't done the way I should have been done." It's life that happened. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
It's just about, like I said, it's not how you started, it's how you finish.
How you
Because
finish it.
even though it didn't work out for me in the ways that I wanted it, I still could have made something out of that. You know. But
Right.
one
Right.
thing that I did take from that is the experience. And that's one of the most important things that I gained from it, because in that span of time, like I learned and seen so much on how the transition of life goes from uh high school, what grammar school, high school, and then college, and then it's the real world after that. So
Right.
it's like
Right.
I went from not even fulfilling the whole college experience to just jumping straight into the real world. So the little bit of experience that I did have, it wasn't enough to I knew, but it wasn't enough to really push me that extra length. Like, okay,
Right.
this is what I got to do. This is what I got to do. So like you in school, and you know you got to worry. First thing first, always make sure that you plan accordingly. And you got to take them steps. Had I knew what I was walking into towards the end of my high school career, I would have took them extra steps that I would have had to take, and it would have been done. I
Right.
don't never want you guys to get so far out there or get too late to where as though it's like you got to just pick this, because you
Yeah.
can't never be somewhere where you happy. That's like getting a job and you want to work, but you're not comfortable there. It's not gonna work
Absolutely.
out. It's not gonna work out. It's gonna always be a conflict. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be somewhere where you're comfortable. You got to be somewhere where you're happy. And you got to be happy. Don't do it because you're trying to make this person happy or impress this person to do it. You got to do it. You got to do it because you want to do it. You got to do it because that's what's gonna be best for you. So with that,
Absolutely. Oh, my dog.
so, it was an unfortunate situation. Time off. I took time off. I was also in the process. I wanted to transfer to a Lackawanna, so then I start working. Um, and just too much free time, like too much free time. I keep stalling it off. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. And you just get so much free time. I just allow myself to get so much free time that I'm doing stuff that I used to be so busy, focused before that I wouldn't even allow myself to do. Hanging with certain people, doing this and doing that. Like, and it get to a point where like it start to bother you. It start to bother
Right.
you. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And I had a little situation where I got arrested. Um and I did like 42 months
Oh,
for
wow.
unlawful possession of a weapon for a firearm.
Are you
So
okay with talking about this? Like, you don't have to
yeah,
go
yeah,
into.
yeah. No. I'm cool. I'm
Okay,
cool. I'm
okay,
cool.
okay.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't know it was leading to that.
yeah. Nah. Yeah, I had a little unfortunate situation, whatever. And I had served like 42 months. So in the first
Wow.
first first like first adult charge.
So
Uh,
wait, before you begin, 42 months. Is that like 4 years? Is
that's
that like
three and a half. Yeah,
three and a
almost 4 years.
half?
Yeah, almost 3 years.
Okay.
So
Wow.
um I did the whole 42 months. But around this, right before this, my first child was uh my it was 5 months, so she wasn't even born yet. So I missed
Mm,
out on all that. And it come from you know young, having that mindset that I'm gonna get another chance. I'm gonna get another chance. And
right, right,
I took that split second that you take something for granted. That fast it go. And like I said, I had so many people that actually knew me, like know me, and first time offense or whatever, 42 months. So I go,
wow,
and through the process of me doing that whole 42 months, like it's just something that, man, your freedom is everything. Your freedom is everything. Like, and it's like, okay, I had to do what I had to do. Like, I had to do
right,
what I had to do. Like, at the end of the day, I don't hold anybody accountable. I don't point no fingers. I don't like. I took self accountability from the start, from the time that
right,
I got in there to before I even got sentenced. It ain't nobody's fault. I can't say it's my mother's fault. I can't say it's
right,
the coach's fault. I can't say it's my girl. I can't say none of that. You know what I'm saying? And that's where it starts at. When you take self accountability, the rest it'll take care of itself because ain't nobody the problem but you. You know what I'm saying?
right,
And this may be hard to say, but that's something that at this time, the way I was just, running around and move, I needed this. I had a child on the way. I wasn't focused to where I should be, to where it's
right,
the point where I'm at now. So the thing what it did that time, it got me back to me. It got me back on the right track to where as though my thoughts, like how I'm thinking and how I'm doing things. And it just all it did was it humbled me. It humbled me.
right,
Like like jail, that's just not somewhere to be, you know what I'm saying? Especially I'm saying for people in general, but to each his own, everybody do things or whatever, and when you do things, there come consequences with it. But me speaking from my experience, that's not something to big up and say, "Oh, I went and did that." Like, I don't feel as though, "Oh, I want points for that or I want recognition for that." Like, nah,
right.
that's because it's so much that come with that. You being taken away, man. I done lost family members. Um, not seeing my first child born. Like, it's a
Yeah, that
lot.
had
It's
to
a
be
lot.
tough.
Or my mother, my family, and them coming up there to see me, my father and them, and they got to stand outside and it's cold for an hour just to get a pass. And like Then sometimes, oh, they don't let them in because the jail get locked. So it's so much that, that come with it, that, it's unfair to your loved ones out there. It's unfair. You calling home and they got to keep putting minutes on the phone. So,
Right.
it's so much that come with it. But, you got to take the good with the good, the bad with the bad. And what I did was I was able to make the best out of it. And I say
Right.
I make the best out of it, the learning experience from it, what I've gained from it. The same way I went in was not the same way that I came out. And that's what it was all about. You know what I'm saying? I read a book in there by Dr. Phil, and the main thing that he speaks on is, in life you either get it or you don't, and that's
Right. That's
and
true.
that's all and that's all you see in there. That's all you see in there. You see some people. I'm saying in my 42 months, I can say that people that I was locked up with, I seen, and this no exaggeration, maybe about 70 75 to 80% of the people that I was locked up with, I seen people go home and come back.
And come back.
And I'm still on my same boat. And I seen people come back at least 1, 2 times, maybe
Now, did
three.
that motivate you to say, okay, I am not?
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Because like at that point, it's just like I don't see how somebody could I don't see how somebody could embrace this. I don't see
Right.
it. I don't see it. Like, you gotta wake up. They telling you when you could do this, when you could do that. Like, it's nothing like that. I wake up now. I can go to the bathroom when I want. I could just go stand outside. I don't care if it's
Right.
raining, if it's snowing. I could go stand out there and just stand there and just take the air in. Like out there,
Right.
everything is on somebody's time. Somebody telling you what to do. Somebody telling you when to do this. That's not cool at all. It's not good.
Yeah.
I could be on the
I don't think
phone,
I'll be able to handle
same
it.
way how you sitting having a conversation.
Right.
Somebody come, oh, hang the phone up. That's just what it gotta be. That's just what it gotta be. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, who wanna live like that with somebody telling them what to do for the rest of their life?
Right.
I
Now,
don't see it.
I'm a strong believer. Um, I guess maybe because I can, I'm not in haven't been in those shoes, so maybe I would change my train of thought. But I'm a strong believer that everything happens for a reason.
Right, right, right.
Would you
Definitely.
find?
I,
Oh,
I,
so
I
you
believe
so you
that.
think
I
so?
believe that wholeheartedly. Yeah, I
Oh
believe that
wow.
wholeheartedly. Yeah, I believe that wholeheartedly. Because so much, it's so much that I missed out on, but I missed
Hmm.
out on it for a good reason. Everything happened, like you said, everything happened for a reason. I was, as with my incarceration, my daughter was 5 months. Well, she was before she was born. So my girlfriend at this time was 5 months. And when I went in, my grandfather, I think a year after I was in, my grandfather passed away. Like,
Mm.
unexpectedly. So um after he passed away January 30th, 2016, and my daughter was born March
Hmm.
2016. So it's like, you know everything's happened for a reason, because
Right.
had I been out there, it was so much going on with just stuff in the streets, just stuff going on in general. And the way I wasn't focused, I'm happy that I was in there for what I was and not something else.
Right.
Just because of the way how I was moving, the way how I was living my life, the way how, it's so much. It feels so good to just be able to walk outside or go somewhere, and I ain't gotta look over my shoulder, and I ain't gotta,
Yeah.
like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I got I got
Okay.
a daughter who's about to be 5 years old, and then I have my baby about to be born any day now. So,
Okay.
it's not about me. I got a bunch of siblings. Like, you know, I got brothers. I got 4 brothers and the rest. I got 4 sisters and the rest all boys. So I got a lot of people who look up to me and who still do. You know, even after you know my my life changes and my you know my little
Right.
bumps in the road that I went through because of the impact that I have on people. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just the way how I always been. So, you know, cause now it's to the point where I just don't want to see people. If I see people moving at a pace that I was moving, I can't tell you how to run your lap.
Right. Right.
I can't tell you how to run your lap. You know what I'm saying? But I can give you advice. I can give you advice. I can only speak on experience. That's all. You know,
Absolutely.
I can't. I would never tell nobody nothing that I never experienced, nothing that I never been through. You know what I'm saying? I've been through a lot. I'm sure people been through worse. You know, so to where I'm at the point now, I just see life from a different aspect. You know, you can't take things for granted. That's one
Absolutely.
thing. You know, you can't take things for granted. Like, your freedom is everything. Your freedom is everything. And with all this stuff going on now in the world with the cops and just innocent people, like, you don't want to be victim to that. And in a situation like that, it's nothing you could do. It's nothing you
Yeah.
could do. You know,
And that's
anything
sad.
can happen to me. Anything can happen to me in there. Like, that fast. And it's not the same as out here because my family got to wait to hear from me. You think that if I
Right.
get into something with a CO or something in there or a guard in there, you think they're going to pick up the phone and say, oh, yeah, he did this or they did. Nah, they don't care. They don't care. They don't
Mm.
care about you. So it's like, why be somewhere like, you know, I even heard people say, like, man, I feel it's people that's out here that really feel more comfortable in prison than they do on the street.
Why?
I, I don't even have a. I never.
Is it because there's no, and I don't know if there's responsibility back there, but is it because there's no responsibility? You're in the shelter.
Some
You're
just so immune to it. Some just so immune to it. But it's like they have nothing out here, and like
mm,
that's one of the hardest things to actually see and hear somebody say something like that, because especially if you watching this and you listening to this, if you know about that in there,
right.
and how much of a difference that is from being in there to in here, it's just like it's almost nearly impossible for you to feel that way unless
Yeah.
you really absolutely have nothing. And for them people, you know, I really feel, because it's like there's no way, like there's no way that being in there could be better than having your free. There's no
And
way.
like you said earlier, it's the mental, it's your state of mind, that people have. Because if I was, God forbid it ever happen, but I can't see myself saying, you know what, I'm gonna do anything, I'm gonna do something to land me back in there. I just can't, like you said, I can't see
Yeah,
how people or why people would put themselves in that situation.
right.
But that's because they feel like it's nothing out there for them. They have
No,
nothing
yeah,
better.
there's nothing. It's nothing
Oh,
out there. Like, and it's crazy because like it's like, man, like they telling you this, they telling you that, and it's like the one thing I did want to do when I got in there, when I got in there, I could have bailed out. I could have got a
hmm,
lawyer. Like, it was so much, like, you know, but I had my firstborn about to be born.
right.
So I had to make a sacrifice. And the sacrifice that I had to make was a sacrifice to say, I got 1 of 3 options. I could bail out, and now I got to try to get all this money back up to get a
Right.
lawyer. And already I'm doing stuff that, you know, could make my situation worse, you know. And then it's like, okay, I could have bailed out, and then I could have got a lawyer. Now I get a lawyer. Now it's like, okay, now I'm thinking about the baby now. So it's like,
Right.
you know, Don't worry about me. I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna be good. I'm a strong-minded individual. I'm not saying I'm the biggest. I'm not saying I'm the toughest, but I know how to hold my own. I know how to mind
Right.
my business. You know what I'm saying? I'm not somebody who I'm about to be this flashy dude. I'm about to be this. Nah, I'm not trying to be something I'm not. I'm gonna be me. I'm gonna be me at the
Right.
end of the day. You know what I'm saying? I come in here, I'm in here for me. I'm not in here for nobody else. So I'm gonna handle my business. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna
Right. You're
get
gonna
in
take it.
nobody else's business. I'm not that don't concern me. My concern is to get home to my child at this point. So
Absolutely.
whatever I gotta do to do that, that's what I'm gonna do. So
So do
I
people
say
really get out for good behavior? Do like people really get out early for good behavior?
uh it's like different strokes for different folks because like I done seen and it's not to make this a topic, but I done seen like I got a simple unlawful possession of a weapon, a gun charge. That's the street. Like that all that means is you ain't licensed to carry.
And you got that long though?
Yeah, but look, that's because they don't play with guns. They like
Oh
that's
well,
one of
yeah,
the
yeah,
things out
yeah.
here that they don't play with. But something so simple as that didn't hurt nobody, didn't shoot nobody, none of that type of stuff. Just a simple unlawful possession. I don't have a permit to carry this. Okay,
Wow.
but then you get people down that's like pedophiles
Mm-hmm.
touching on kids.
Right, right.
12 months, 18 months, they go home.
Really?
This
Now let
stuff
me
that
ask you this,
I'm
being
not
that
speaking
came
on,
up.
this stuff that I'm not speaking on. Oh, I heard this or I see this on TV.
You
I
know this.
seen this with my own eyes. Like,
So do people, let me ask you this, because I watch a lot of TV. When it comes to pedophiles and things of that sort, do people really be waiting on them to come to like, you know, beat them up and
yeah,
stuff?
yeah, nah, they gets no love in there. No love in there. No
But how
love in there.
people know their sentence? How people know what they're in jail for?
See, that's one of the charges that everywhere you go, that's gonna follow you. That's gonna
Oh,
follow you because you gotta think they go through a process where you get sentenced or whatever. So I could be in court. I could be going to court with somebody. I'm waiting to get sentenced, and just say I'm
oh,
going to court,
got
and
you.
they hear this. All it takes for one person to okay, this what he in there for. He in there for that, and it's like counties. You could protective custody, check yourself. When you get to prison, it ain't none of that. Ain't
Ain't
you
none
don't
of that.
check you can't check yourself in nowhere. Like the
So
most they
wait,
gonna
wait,
do
wait,
the
wait,
most
wait,
they
wait,
gonna
wait.
do is send you
So
somewhere
in
else.
county, which is considered jail, right? They have
Yeah.
protective custody that you can go up and say, I feel like I need to be in protective custody because of the crime I committed.
Or just people on you. People like
Oh,
you're not comfortable.
wow.
Yeah, you could do that. You could check yourself in. And they have you up there with other people who in the same, not even the same situation. Somebody could just be into so much that they know that they ain't gonna be able to be comfortable up here. They always gonna give them
Got
something.
you.
Somebody check yourself.
Wow.
Me personally, I'm not gonna check myself in for nobody, for nothing. Like I don't like I'm saying. I'm not the toughest, but that's just me as a man. That's just me as a
Right,
man.
right.
Like I'm gonna do what I gotta do wherever I need to do it. I don't want
Got
no
you.
easy way out till night. You know what I'm saying? But when you get to
Mhm.
prison, it's you mixed in. They already know. Before you get there, they know everything you here for. They know who you is. So they you such and such. Okay. Oh, you like to play with kids. All right, cool. They gonna
Wow.
send you on. That word is gonna travel. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna know. Oh yeah, he in here because they give you certain like you get like when you go see classification, they tell you okay, you got this, you got that, or whatever. So it just be crazy and like I done seen people 18 months. Oh yeah, it went up to see parole early. ISP like that's just intensive supervision, but that's another way, another parole, but they more strict. I done seen people
Mhm.
get that. I don't even have a violent crime, and I wasn't eligible for that. Like I had to
Wow.
do mine blood. I had to do mine blood in, blood out, like day for day. It wasn't no. Oh, we gonna shortcut, like, and I did a year in the county. Like, I was trying to get a smaller sentence. The smaller
Mm-hmm.
sentence that I wanted to sign off on, when I had that year in the county, I wasn't even getting no court dates. So by the time I went to court, I already had half of what the
Your
first
sentence
offer was
completed.
going to be, and they wasn't trying to let me get it after that. So I got stuck in a situation where it's like, okay, it's trial or this.
Right.
Now, if I know that, okay, y'all got that off. Why sit here and play with myself and try to go to trial? You know what I'm saying? At this point, I'm
Mm-hmm.
trying to get home. I ain't just gonna take anything. I'm not just gonna lay down, but I'm gonna make whatever decision I feel is best for me. So I'm in there,
Right.
I'm waiting. All right, I got this in. So okay, I only have this left. All right, if I done did this, I know I could do that, because when you get to prison, the time speeds up. It moves faster because you got more to do. You out mostly all day. You get you a job. You get right on the schedule like somebody home. Get up, work, go to work, whatever.
Right.
Go to the gym, come home, eat, next day. That's all it was. That's all it was. I got down there, got me a job, uh, go to the gym, work out. Like, I got myself on a constant schedule. So now I'm not even I'm not even I'm not even looking at the time. It
Mm-hmm.
come like I be getting visits and stuff, or I get on the phone. Oh, you got this left, or you got this time in. I don't even pay attention to it. I know that soon I'm gonna be going home, but it's like you can't you got to just do the time. You can't let the time
Right.
do you. You got to, like, because you'll stress yourself out. You can't stress over things that you don't have control over. This
That's the
go to
truth.
this go to
I live by that.
this go to dealing with girls, whatever the case may be. Things that you
Mhm.
don't have control over, you can't stress over. I'm in this
Absolutely.
situation. So what do I look like sitting here trying to argue with somebody on the phone about where they at, who they with?
Yeah.
One thing you had to learn as a man, like, a female got needs and wants. So if you're home and your significant other or whoever, you're around this person every day, and one day come, boom, you go away, and now, okay, one day, all right, 2 days, all right, but you talking about years go by, days go by, weeks go by, months go by, that
People, they
it's like a
expect that.
part of them. It's like a part of them left, and they lost. They don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I feel like they seem like, oh, they start looking for love and all in one place. That
Right.
they just want that feeling back. No, it might not be the same, but they just want that feeling. They just want to be happy. And a lot of men don't really understand that. You know what I'm saying? You got to think of the things that you've done. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not saying I'm this guy who never did nothing. I'm a man. I'm a man.
Right.
I make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, the same way I done dish some things out, I gotta be man enough to take it back.
To take
But it's
it.
like,
Yeah.
at the situation at this time, it's not even about this. It's not about me. It's not about you. It's about me getting home and doing what I got to do for my child. So
Absolutely.
I can't sit here and do my time chasing you around. And you know what I'm saying?
That's the truth.
Anybody that go for family, that go for friends. I don't have time. I don't have time. Only people who I was in contact with when I was down was my family. That's because at the end of the day, that's all I had to lean
Right.
on. That's the only ones who was there was my family. You know what I'm saying?
So
So
let me ask
that's
you this: being that, like you said, your family was mainly the only ones that was there for you. When you got out, did you still deal with the people that changed up on you when you were down, or you kind of understood that okay, you didn't expect them to be there, or how? What? How did that go? How did that go?
um it's like both, because I did a lot for a lot of people. One thing I learned, and this is just me speaking, I don't get mad at certain stuff because I can't expect everybody to be like me. I can't
Absolutely.
expect everybody to do what I do. So, like, I got people who still down. I got people who doing time. Like I got somebody who
Yeah.
doing 28 years right now. I got another boy who doing 24 years. Nothing I could say to them could change that situation that they in. But
Mm-hmm.
far as me, I've been in that situation, so I know what it's like. So if I tell somebody I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. The worst thing you could do with somebody in a situation like that is tell them something and don't do it when you get them something
Right.
to look forward to. Because
Yeah.
that letdown, that's a different type of letdown. I done experienced that, whereas though you really depending on somebody, and because you in there, you don't have nothing. So you depending on something, you putting all your trust in something to get let down. That hurt.
Mm.
That that that
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
that hurt. That hurt different. Like so, like I said, I did 3.5 years. I did almost 4 years. I got somebody who's doing 28 years right now. I got somebody else who's doing 24 years. Like my actual friends. Like so, it's like I can't. It
That's
ain't
a
too
lot.
like you know what I'm saying. And it's like I say, I got my life I'm living. I got my own situation, but I won't never turn my back on them. I only do what I'm able to do for them, you know. But it ain't. People get it People get it confused because it's like, oh, I ain't about to sit there and do this, do that. It's stuff so simple as answer the phone. That's
Right.
it. So everything don't be about money. Sometimes you really need a person to
You just
talk
want
to.
to talk or hear
Yeah,
somebody's voice.
you just want to get out of there for a second. But it's like
Right.
you can't do
Right.
that. You know, oh, you say, oh, you send me $25. Oh, I'm gonna send it. You don't send it. Oh, can you send me some pictures? I'm gonna do it. You around 5 people and you ask 5 people to give you $10 and people can't do it. That stuff don't. You know what I'm saying? I got 2 kids. Like I don't if you ask me to do something, I'm not gonna say, "Oh, I got 2 kids." If I could do it, I'm gonna do it. If I
Right.
say I'm
Right.
gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. If I can't, I can't. I'm not gonna give you no sob story. I'm not gonna give
Eh,
you no
Yeah.
runaround because you don't want to hear that. That's neither here nor there. It's a simple, yo.
Yeah.
You
I
think,
ain't got
yo,
it, or yeah,
I
I'm gonna
ain't got it
send
or
it.
not. That's it. You gonna respect that more than, all right, but I'm about to do it right now. Oh, yeah, I just did it. Oh, yeah, I just seen this person. We just got the money together, and you never see this stuff. That stuff,
Wow.
like. But these the people when you come home, like you said, be, oh, what's up, what's up, what's up,
Right.
what's up, like what's up. You know what I mean? Oh, nah, my boy back. Da, da, da. I ain't nobody gonna play me for no fool. But I'm not
Yeah.
even the type that's gonna sit here and come and expose. Hey, you saying you was doing this for me? You wasn't doing. I ain't gonna do that. I don't do that. I don't do that. Like
Wow. Wow.
these people could be my. I got people who close to me. I got people who family or whatever. Like at the end of the day, love is love. I can love people from a distance though. And I know that. You know what I'm saying? Whether they can handle it or not, that's not my problem. But there ain't no
Right.
love lost. I ain't gotta be around you every day. You know what I'm saying? I came home on a different mindset. So it's certain things that I can't be around. It's certain places that I
Absolutely.
can't be because of
Do
where
people
I'm at
respect
now.
that though? Do
Huh?
people respect that from you? They respect it that
Yeah. Yeah. For me, speaking of experience, people expect it because, like I said, or where my mindset at. I ain't
right.
doing it for clout. I ain't doing it to make myself sound better than you. I'm doing this because this is what I mean, and
Right.
this is what I told myself I'm gonna do. Like I'm not coming home about to be easily influenced and stuff. Don't get me wrong. I came home. Some people who wasn't there, just celebrating life. I don't went out or whatever, but it's certain things in certain places that I just can't be. Like you know what I'm saying? That
Yeah.
like if we doing something, we going to do something. I'm talking about like we going out to eat. We going. But far as just hanging around, I'm not hanging
Yeah.
around. I
Just
don't. I
doing
don't.
nothing. I
I
get
ain't.
it.
Nah. I can't do that. I can't do
Well,
that.
that's good.
My time too valuable now. I know my worth. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
Sometimes,
glad you
like I
learned
said,
from that.
yeah, like I'm not saying like I'm better, but I know my worth. You know what I'm saying? I have
Right.
a lot more to offer to myself and my loved ones who depend on me, the ones who look up to me. So I can't show them going backwards. I got to show them that it don't matter what you go through in life. You still could be somebody. You still could accomplish
Absolutely.
goals. It might not be the goals that you had set forth, but all you do is, if that goal don't work, you set another goal. If that goal don't
Absolutely.
work, you set another goal. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yes.
it starts like that. Like you got to start somewhere. In order to make an omelet, you got to crack an egg.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I
Like, you know what I'm
love
saying?
that.
So it's like, you got to start somewhere. You
You
got
got
to
to
start
start
somewhere.
somewhere. That's the
Like I
truth.
came home, the hardest thing in my life was so frustrating. All my life, I always been able to work. I done had city jobs. I done worked at daycares. I done did sports things. I done did
Mhm.
so much, like far as working. When I came home, the hardest thing, I was in the halfway house first. I was in the halfway house before I came home, and um I was working.
Mhm.
I came home. I was working at the job. In the halfway house, something is better than nothing. This is another thing about being locked up. Like, it's not all over, but I know, like, out here in Jersey, I don't understand how people will go to jail and you work. They pay you $1 a day. You get paid $1 a day. At the end of the month, you get $30 for nothing. For nothing. So, and different jobs pay different. So I was working in the kitchen, so I was getting like $120 a month. Like, I'm like, so like three, somewhere like around like $3-4 a month or something like that. So at the end of the month, I'm getting like $120 a month, whatever. But people will go to jail and work $1 a day for $30 at the end of the month, but won't come home and go get a check.
I don't understand it. I don't understand it.
I was in a halfway house. I'm going to work, but I gotta pay the halfway house
To live there?
50%. I gotta pay 50% of my. I gotta pay. Excuse me. I gotta pay 40% of my check. 20% if I got fines, fees, like for your charges and stuff. Luckily, I didn't have none of that. Luckily, I
Wait a
didn't
minute,
have
wait a
child
minute, wait a
support.
minute. Before you move forward, serving time doesn't get rid of those fines and fees. What kind of fines and fees?
It'd be like fines for your charges,
What? So what's the
like
point of being in jail if you still gotta pay?
if you this is if you go to the halfway house though,
Okay.
or even like if you down and they send money to you, they take a certain percentage out of your the money that people put into your account.
Wow. Okay, I thought like once you serve, like that's kind of it.
Yeah, nah, like once you get home, you ain't gotta pay them. But like far as you being in the halfway house, like then you would have to like take care of these things. So with me, it was I didn't have to pay no fines. I didn't have to child support, so I just gotta pay the halfway house. But you paying them like 40% of your check, and then you only allowed when you in the halfway house $50 in your possession. That's all. You ain't allowed to have nothing
Wow.
over that. If you do, they will give you a charge for that for excessive money. So,
Wait a minute. So what do you do with the excess money? You give it to them?
well, you start an account. They take you to the bank. They open up
Oh,
an
okay,
account.
got you.
So you go. They take you on a trip to go to the bank. You deposit this money. You deposit this money, and you could take out a check for $50, and you could take $50 cash. And then once your $50 cash run out, then you go ahead and cash your other check, because check cashing only come
Oh,
twice a week. They only come like on
gotcha.
during the week and like on a Sunday. So it's
Wow.
just like you go from work. Like one of the hardest things, like I said, was me coming home trying to find a job. I got all the work experience, good with my hands, good with
Hmm.
pretty much could do it all. But that record, and I'm working
Yeah.
on something right now where as though I'm getting expunged, but everything is a process, so it's taking its time. But long as I continue to walk the right path and do what I'm
Right.
doing, I'll get there. I'll get there. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. You
But
definitely
right
will.
now, it was so challenging. I'm going to jobs, good jobs, and I'm getting, oh yeah, I'll be able to get in there, and then they background check. So I know what it feel like to get shot down. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, I can imagine.
it's just like you got to keep chucking. You got to keep your feet moving. Like you can't let that dictate your next move. You can't let
Yeah.
that stop you from what it is that you want to do. You know what I'm saying? The easiest thing was to do. Oh, I come home, look for a job. Oh, I ain't get the job. All right, I'm back to it. But where it's gonna get you, right back where you came
Right
from.
back in
I'm
there.
not trying to go back there.
They want
Like
that
I'm not
quick
trying to go
money.
back there. So
Yeah.
like I said, people worry about, oh, I'm not going to make no $12 an hour. I'm not, but you will make $1 a day and be cool with that. Some people don't care about it. Some people don't. But you want different. You got to move different. You want change. You
Absolutely.
got to change.
You gotta
Like you
change.
got to
That's
change
it.
out that mindset. Listen, I go from making $120 or whatever. Okay, I come home. If a job today offer me $5 an hour, is more than what I was getting.
See,
$10 an
that's a
hour
good
is more than
mindset to
what
have.
you gotta have that because you listen. At the end of the day, I put that myself in that situation. I don't like it, but it's like that's what it is. I gotta move
That's what it
on from
is.
it. I gotta move on from it. I can't cry over no spilt milk because what I'm gonna keep living off that for? That happened. I came home. I maxed out. I wasn't on no parole, no nothing. My time, once I finished it, was my time. I finished it, and that's what I wanted to do. I didn't want to come home and have to still deal with them. I don't have to have no interactions with them or nothing. I can get
Right.
up and I could go wherever I want. I don't have to call, oh, can I do this? I don't want nobody having to come to my house and have to check my house to make my people feel uncomfortable because of how
Right.
it's just so much. So once I finished with that, I wanted to make sure I was finished with that. And that's what me maxing out, me maxing out on that time, that was my mindset of me maxing out. Once I'm finished with y'all. Like, you
Right.
know what I'm
Right.
saying? So
Wow.
my last day, I'm gonna be finished with y'all. I don't want nothing to do with y'all after the fact. I'm not racing to get home, like, cause I could have went. It wasn't no sense for me to go home on parole. It wasn't no sense. Cause if I did take parole, I would have only been having like a month, 2 month, a month and a half, or like a couple weeks on parole. I don't want that. Just let me finish the whole thing and let me go.
Okay.
So
That
that
makes
way, when I
sense.
walk out this door,
There's
everybody
no
gonna see
affiliation with them
that.
at
Yeah,
all.
yeah, like so.
Wow. Wow. I enjoyed this conversation, Hakeem. I
Yeah,
really did because,
nah, no problem.
you gave us the insight, you gave us the real, and it's all about how your mental state of mind is. Like you
Right, right.
said, 80%, that's a high number. That's only 20% of the people that's incarcerated don't come back. 80% of the people come back, and that's crazy. Like,
Yeah.
I don't understand it.
If you
But
look
like
at
you
if,
said,
if
some
you
people feel
happen to
like it's
just look
nothing,
up
they
on
have
like the
nothing to live
internet,
for.
if you happen to just look up on like the internet, the percentage of uh the percentage rate on like inmates that released from prison return to prison,
Mhm.
like the prison return rate, it's gonna be high. It's gonna be high, and
Mm,
you wouldn't even
it's
believe that
sad.
it'd be that high because it's like why? And this is
Right.
why the people treat us the way they treat us. Like not even
Mm.
to get into that the way as though it's us against them, but it's just this is the name that we make for ourselves as
It
men.
makes
As
sense
men.
now because I didn't know
As
that.
men. This the name that this the
Wow.
character, this the picture that we portray to these people. And they see us and they think, oh, see, they don't learn. They don't get it. They gonna be right back. That's you want nobody saying that about you.
Yeah.
And then
Right.
you
Right.
make and
Right.
then you make it true. It's one thing for them to say it, but when they say it and you make them out to say what they saying, they could back that
Mm.
up and say, "Oh
Mm-mm-mm.
yeah, he not lying." Like that ain't good. That's not a good look. That's not
Wow.
a good look. You know, like females out here with their kids and like men, these females need us. These kids need us. Boy, girl, these your nieces, your nephews, they need y'all. So it's only right that we gotta lead by example. And I'm sure everybody in some way has an impact on somebody. So if you could have an impact on somebody, have that somebody have another impact on somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And
Right.
remember, it ain't never how you start, it's how you finish. You know what I'm
How you
saying? Don't
finish.
never let
I
yourself
like
get
that.
to the point. Don't never let yourself get to the point where you feel as though I can't go no more. I can't go no more. Any day that you able to wake up and you got air in your lungs, you got a vision to see, and you got your legs to walk, your feet. That's a blessing. You know, people call me
Absolutely.
now today from jail. Oh, what's going on? How you doing? I'm doing all right. I'm doing better than some, worse than others, but I'm just humble for the fact that I'm here. You know what I'm saying? My people call me. I can't say, oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I'm doing all right, bro. I'm here, you here. That's the first thing to be blessed about. Before I worry about
Right.
anything else, I'm gonna embrace my blessings on the fact that I have another day to go ahead and fulfill what I need to fulfill and to do what I need to do. So I take
Absolutely.
that, and I really like, I cherish that, because some people don't wake up. Some people go to jail and never come back, or I could have went
Yeah.
to jail straight and came out and my mind is just shot. Like I just
Mm.
seen jail make people go crazy, lose their mind. So it's all your mental. It's all your mental, but I definitely enjoyed this conversation with you as
Yes,
well. You
I
know,
did too.
it wasn't never a problem
You
with me,
know,
being
I'm
able to
like,
share my story, or,
yes,
just speak on things that, because I'm sure that the same way how people watching this and listening done heard from me, I'm sure that I could learn from them people just as well. You know what I'm saying? I never feel
absolutely.
like as though I can't learn from somebody because I done been through this. Nah, it's people that went through worse than me. But
Yeah,
and I
that's
learned
true.
from them. I done been in with people who did more time than me, who people I got 20 years in. I'm learning from them. I'm probably
Yeah,
up here. I'm probably up here more than them, but what make me better than them? Because at the end of the day, we all in the same situation. So I
yeah,
can't never say that I'm better than you. It don't matter how it happened. So that's why you
that's the
can't
truth.
say, "Oh, I'm better than this person." How would this make? Look at it from the outside looking in. Oh, he's saying he better than him, but they both in there. So how that look make both of us look? We both look silly.
Exactly.
We both look
Exactly.
silly. So I ain't no better
Yeah,
than you. I made mistakes. You made mistakes. But I'm not gonna let my mistakes dictate my life. This ain't the end of the story for me. That's just
see, and
how I
that's so
feel.
good to hear. That's so good to hear. A lot of people feel like, oh, I messed up. I can't go back to my life. Da, da, da. Yes, you can. You learn from it and you keep it moving. So
That's
I
it.
enjoyed this conversation. Like
No
I
problem.
felt like whoever may be watching, they had to learn something from this. That's the reason why I do these shows, so people can learn from each other, hear each other's story, and say, you know what, if he did it, I can do it too.
Right, right.
And like you said, it's how you finish it.
Yeah.
So you finished with a bang. You finished with that knowledge, knowing, okay, I see these people, 80% of these people coming back. I'm not doing that. So
Right, right, right.
kudos to you. Kudos to taking your experiences and making it much better.
Right.
So I enjoyed this conversation. I really, really did. I don't
Thank
want to hold you too long because normally we do like 30, but this was some good, deep conversation that I felt
right, right,
needed to
right.
be heard. I appreciate it so much. Before we go, before we end this segment, what is something that you would tell like the little Hakeems out there that you probably could see going down the wrong path, or feeling like there's no hope for them, or the ones that may not want to go to college, but they're getting forced to go to college because college is not for
It
everyone. I
ain't for
just want to say
everybody.
that.
It ain't for everybody. Um,
Yeah, it's not for
you
everybody.
know, uh, you only as good as the people around you. So
Mm,
what you surround yourself around is pretty much what you will be. You know,
right.
like far as college go, like you said, college not for everybody.
It's
You gotta
not.
find something that makes you happy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't do it, and whatever you do it because that's something that you do. The worst thing sounds you
Absolutely.
could do is do something because somebody wants you to do that, or you feel as though I'm gonna let this person down. The best thing you could do is be straightforward with yourself. You got to
Mm,
be real with yourself first. If I know that I ain't really into this, I don't want to do it
you
because I
don't
don't want
do
to
it
get the people going behind me and they looking forward. They got these expectations with me, and I don't even have these expectations for
for
myself.
yourself. Yes.
So it's just, don't waste your time. Just don't waste their time, man. Like ain't nothing wrong with change. You can't be afraid to change. Like,
You can't be afraid to change. You hold yourself back that way.
However I was living before and doing what I was doing, there's people out there still doing the same thing. And I don't have to feel like, oh, because I ain't doing that, this person don't like me, this person don't like me. My head is the same way. My head up, my chest out, and I'm on my 10 toes on my own feet. Like,
absolutely.
You know, it's like, because my mental is now, it ain't about me. I got little ones that's dependent on me. And at the end of the day, I don't care what my mom say. I don't care what my dad say. I don't care what my grandmother say. I don't care what my brother say, my sister. Ain't nobody gonna be there for my kids like me. Ain't nobody.
Yes.
Nobody gonna be
nobody.
there for mine
That's
like
the
me.
truth.
So I gotta
Who
make
gonna
it
love
my
them like
business.
daddy or
They
mama?
they could do the most. They could do the most, but I know they not gonna be there for them like me, because them my kids.
Yes.
Them little me's. So that little extra that I'ma do, they ain't gonna do that because they not entitled to do that. That's not their job to do that.
Right.
So, I'm gonna make sure that, I continue to walk this right path, man. And anybody that I've impacted, anybody that I've maybe touch bases on something similar to what you dealing with, what you done going through, man. Like, it don't stop here, man. The sky is the limit. Like, and be even beyond that, man. Like, even beyond that, like, don't sell yourself short of nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can be whatever you want to be. I done seen people come home from jail and people is doing everything that they never imagined going through that time. Like, it's stuff that you won't allow. You gotta allow your mind to expand. You gotta allow your mind.
It's all about
don't
that.
Stay closed-minded. You can't stay closed-minded. Don't. If you think small, you're gonna get small results. You think big, you're gonna get big results. You know what I'm saying? And even beyond that, you know what I'm saying? So it was definitely a privilege and a great opportunity to speak with you, and inspire people out there who listening to this and who may have had questions. And I'm sure that if you did, if I was able to answer them, take what you take from it, you know what I'm saying? But you can learn from everybody. So
you learn from everybody. That's my motto.
I'm not a preacher. I'm not you know what I'm saying? I only speak on what's real and I only speak on my experience. And you take what you're gonna take out of it, you know what I'm saying? I ain't perfect.
Appreciate that.
I'm just a young man that's striving to do better, man. That's it.
I appreciate it, Hakeem. No problem. You said so much. It was so great. I really appreciate it. It's not a lot of people have the courage and the confidence to speak on their story, especially when it deals with, being incarcerated in prison. So I appreciate you coming on and sharing this information with us. I'm pretty sure our viewers appreciate it. I'm pretty sure you answered a lot of questions for us, because I know I had some questions and you shed light on that. So I thank you so much for that. I'm gonna ask you to just stay on really quickly. Don't disconnect. But you guys, thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure, if you know someone that may be going through things that Hakeem went through and may need to hear this uplifting story, to let them know, it's not how it started, but it's how it finished. And go ahead and you can succeed at things. Don't feel like you gave up your life because of the choices you made. We all learn from our mistakes. Just don't be that 80% and go back in there. But as we always tell them, let's sip and talk with Freema. Peace and love.
All right, man. Y'all take care.
All right. Thank you.
All right. No problem.